Testing, testing. 1, 2, 3. How's this sounding? I reckon it's all sounding quite good. Hey. Alright. Hello and welcome to this stream, and how are we this morning, afternoon or evening? Alrighty then. Hey. I can tell you one thing's for sure, I've been a little exhausted. And by exhausted, I mean like, been like hard at work with university and everything. That's been yeah, university really. It's like some major, like those major assignments that I've been needing to do, and like been having some issues with it here and there, and I'm just thinking, oh gosh. But I eventually got around to putting it to bed, so there's that at least. And we'll have another thing to work on for the remaining 3 weeks, I would say. What? And I'm noticing what's going on with the chat here. Why is this all like that? Yeah, the chat's a bit bugged. Why is that? Hold on. Why is the chat being like that? What are you? Let me see if I could do something about that. But other than that, how's everyone else doing? Doing a little bit better than I am? Because I certainly hope so. Not that I'm implying that I'm absolutely dreadful at the moment. I'm just hoping that you're having a day that's just as good as mine, if not better. All right, come on now. Why is it doing that? Okay, this is brilliant. It certainly didn't do this before. Why is it now? Well, I'll try going about everything else while well, this is trying to be sorted out. And apparently not. It's not gonna cooperate. Well, that's fantastic. Yeah, technical issues. I don't know what's going on with it. But at least like you're still down there in the on the side there. Like that's working properly. But for some reason this isn't. Well, I can still say for sure that yeah, as I was explaining before, I'm exhausted. Yeah, 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 exhausted. I've again with the aforementioned university work and some other things which have been going on, and even this for the sake of it, because I thought I would do this at least like once a month, just for the sake of engagement. Because I don't feel like I'm like getting onto this as like very often. And I thought, well, why not? Like for the sake of like engagement, really. It's just so I could like connect with you like more often. Like apart from like the seasonal streams that I would do obviously, and even some other like some other ones which I've planned, like that, like adventures, other games, and some other things which I would do in between. And just like to talk about some stuff that'll be happening from time to time as well. Like what do we have recently? Like that. How was that like with that crew on Artemis 2 that did a full orbit around the moon? Like, how was that? I think I would say for sure that in my particular lifetime, that would be like one of those like really eventful like space trips that some others like before us would have seen, like on telly. Or whatever you watched the thing on. Yeah, I had I could be also say that I had a bit of a thing about like space when I was younger, that's for sure. And like how, like, do you also feel that kind of thing? I mean, it's just like one of those sorts of things that like a lot of what we see is just down here on Earth, but we don't get to see an awful lot of what goes on like high up there off our planet, like into space and further into it. Yeah, and yeah, g'day, Enchanted Smelly Wolf. It certainly has been, which is why I'm here. Decided to do this for a little bit. So but yeah, like, how about it, huh? That whole like mission with Artemis 2 and that little crew of astronauts. And Brittany Graves, thank you. That's really nice to hear. Yeah, and so that's like one of the things that's been going on, huh? I say some really cool stuff because Mum and I have watched my mum and I have watched a live stream of the Artemis 2 crew coming down to Earth from space. I saw that whole process, which they eventually start coming down into space, into our Earth's atmosphere, and apparently there's that blackout that comes with it for a few minutes, because apparently there's that buildup of like fire like around the craft that they're in, because like it's so dense it blocks out all communications for a few minutes, and then until it eventually settles down, and then we can establish contact with them again. And then, boosh, right down into the ocean. Oh yeah, totally. It totally was like seeing something like that in action, and actually, even because of it, my mum decided to, like, while the crew was up there doing a full orbit around the moon, my mum was watching Apollo 13. If any of you know that movie with Tom Hanks, like, that's certainly a classic at this point. Because of that, Houston, we have a problem. Like, funny thing is like how it's like, oh, pretty sure you're gonna see that. Yeah, I'm currently working on fixing up that that chat for it. Just making a new URL for it, so we can actually get a more functional one. But and she even told me of like one of the other like Apollo missions. I believe it was that was around during the 70s, and I can't remember exactly like what she said about it, but apparently she read about this one bloke who never actually made it out into space, and she feels really sorry for him. But but I'm not sure like what exactly that particular mission was. Whether was something like what we saw today. Not what am I saying today? Like more recently, because it certainly wasn't today. But I thought it was like one of those like lunar missions, and this is probably gonna have to do for the moment, and I'll probably set that down beneath me. Yeah, that's certainly gonna do. I know it's gonna look a little bit ugly, but we're just gonna have to put up with it for the time being. Ugh. Yeah, because I have no idea why the other one's acting like this. But that's what I've been hearing an awful lot of, and what's been going on with me. University and everything. Especially with the major assignment, which I had to get done. Like I had to work on an awful lot. Which pretty much reminds me that with this sort of just chatting stream, which I'm doing now, I've been wishing, or I've been wanting to do it earlier. But again, it was because of the university work I had to do, which was taking a lot of time from it. So that would certainly be why. But really, even if it may take some time away from you or anything, which or might take some time away from like this channel and everyone else, like a lot of you. You just need to remember one thing when it comes to university. Just remember what I'm doing this for. Because if you really think about it, if it weren't for university, I wouldn't be here right now. Especially like this. Yeah, so that's pretty much what you have to pretty much remember. And how's this looking? Still not the best right now. But again, we're just gonna have to put up with it. As annoying as this looks. And well, yeah. Yeah, totally. So yeah, like everything I'm doing with you. So yeah, exactly right, Enchanted. How I made this model. It's university that got me, they gave me the knowledge to make a model like this. Yeah, so again, that's what I pretty much have to say. Even if university makes me like super busy to tend to you. Again, just remember what I'm doing this for, because like apart from like this, my model, I planned a whole lot of things for it too, not just like some tweaks and other upgrades to it, but even like some other like content which I'm hoping to bring to it. Maybe like some other forms of content. And that's a little bit better, that's for sure. But, although I can't really see you very well, so I'll probably just bugger the chroma key. Yeah, so that's brilliant. Like having it act like that. Oh yeah, exactly, for sure. I'll be able to add some better stuff like emotions and some other tweaks just to make it more lively rather than this, because I'm still using a version 1.0. Well, actually no, 1.1, because like the 1.0 version was what you saw on my debut stream, well, my Vtuber debut stream, and what you're seeing now is version 1.1 because I made a fix up to the jacket. And I certainly plan to keep at it. Again, like what I've said before, if you think something looks good now, imagine later on. Because I pretty much got that idea with what I also mentioned before is what one of my design teachers in college said, like, start off stupid. Because if you're designing something or even making stuff, you can get so much better from here. Yeah, and that's pretty much like the stage I'm at right now. And what I'm actually, but what I've been up to, like, for me, like, still going on about university, it's one of my animation classes. And one of the things that I had to do, or the thing I had to do for an assignment, is which I had to do like a little animated sequence, which involved like the rigging, which is basically what I started doing when I did that minigame arcade revisited stream. That was like literally the next day after that. That's when I started the new trimester, which I'm in right now, and it was all about like a rigging process. Like you have like we have a model that the university provides us, and what we mostly have to do is do the process called rigging, and that's basically when you give a model like bones, joints here and there, so basically a skeleton so it's possible to move that model. And we did like a little animated sequence of it, which, even when I look at it, it's not perfect, just like how my current model is right now. But I know for sure that if I keep working on this kind of thing, I can certainly make a better version of it when I like improve upon it much later. And what we got after that was face rigging. So basically we got like a bust of a model, basically like a character's head, which for some reason it was the character that we got for our test subject was Dobby from the Harry Potter movies. And I thought, okay, we got Dobby. And not only that, but for some reason the university called him Doobie. I'm thinking, what? Why Doobie? Like it's Dobby, not Doobie. So yeah, so really, and like I even like had a one of the nights I was on with my friends, I even said that to them, like, oh, we got Dobby as our test subject, but we got Doobie. well, they call him Doobie, and they said, maybe because of, like, copyright or something? And I thought, well, I guess that's understandable. But it's not like they're making any money off of it, that's for sure. It's basically like an educational thing for us to work with, and for the teachers to teach us on, really. And I thought, well, if that's the case, if you're worried about, like, copyright, why not just make an original character? Like, instead of anyone in particular. So, yeah, that's was a bit. So it was a little bit odd here. I thought, oh, okay, but yeah. So that whole face rigging thing was like the second assignment that I just had done and everything, and let me tell you, it was absolutely killing me. It's like I had a lot of issues with it, particularly with like with the model's eyes, in which when I moved the model's head, the eyes just didn't follow properly. And what made it even worse, which I didn't get an adequate amount of help on it, even when I had sent direct messages to, like, the lecturer, which you can actually do, like something that we can do if something's wrong, and he didn't really say an awful lot, or what he said, or any sort of like solutions or advice that he gave me just was pretty vague. And, like, I thought, alright. I mean, I did the whole process of like taking the eyes, or the joints on the eyes, and then and doing and like unparented them, and then did the whole parenting thing again, because that's part of that's a rigging part of it. It's when you have like a joint here and another joint there, you select one joint, and then you select another one, and you select a little action called parent, and that's what like joins them. And yeah, so I did like all that again, like going by his advice to try and fix up his eyes, and it somehow made it worse. Like, and I'm following, like, the class recording, like, step by step, because my classes are online, so, and not only that are they online, but they're also recorded and saved afterwards, so I'm able to go back to it and follow it step by step, which I certainly did, but for some odd reason I had all that happen. And not only that, but with the class recording that my lecturer did on what was it, the 6th, and because the 6th was a public holiday, because Easter Monday, we didn't have a class that day because the university is not permitted to hold classes during a public holiday. So he just did a recorded lecture for us to go through, and he told me to watch that, because as he said he mentions how to fix the eyes, and I did, and he didn't say a word about it. It was all about, like, the whole rendering process after doing the whole face rig. So yeah, and because of that, I didn't really submit a very well made animated sequence of Dobby's head. Why Dobby? Oh, I don't know. I don't know why they bother having a character like Dobby. Not that I have anything against him. I'm just thinking, okay, we got Dobby. But I thought, and as I said before, I mean, like, they called him Doobie, as in D-O-O-B-Y, instead of, like, Dobby. And my friends speculated, oh, because of copyrights, maybe. I just thought, well, And I thought about the university, well, if you're worried about that, just make an original character. Well, help from the university at least as much as I could, and even if it wasn't very good. And one of my classmates actually said that she had a same kind of problem as well. I asked her how she fixed it, and apparently like did the whole same process of parenting the eyes again. And nope, nothing. Yeah, and like the whole, and then like the last part of it, which, oh, what am I trying to say? Yeah, like the last part of it was a topic on blend shapes, and that's actually what makes up a lot of like a character's facial movements, and as such, like facial movements such as like and even like other features as well, and even like emotions such as like a smile, frown, a blink, and even other mouth movements as well. And apparently, from when I was speaking with Kadard, who was nice enough to rig this model for me, I eventually like learned from him that a lot of the like facial movements or even features that you get on a Vtuber model actually come down to the blend shapes. So before I was actually looking at it all wrong, thinking like, how does all this work? And so that was actually pretty interesting that it all came from there. Like that's how it all what it comes down to. As if it went well as my exam went well. Well, it wasn't necessarily an exam, but again, just like an assignment, or as the university calls them, assessments. But yeah, it's just like one of those sorts of things that we would do every 4 weeks, because the trimesters of the university I go to, they're made up of 12 weeks, and I'll currently be in my when would it be? My 9th week. So I would have this week, the week after, and then the week after that. My last class will be on the 4th of May. Yeah, May the 4th, Star Wars Day. Hey, which I think is pretty cool. Oh yes, the leak. If I could even could probably bring that up too, because there was the like a sneak peek of the upcoming animal to for us to get in the next month. How many of you saw that? Like on any of Animal Jam's social media? Oh yeah. Hang on. Oh wait, hold on. Yeah, I have no doubt this is pretty much a going to be an easy guess on what this one is. I mean, this, like the way it looks, and its ears too. It must be some sort of armadillo. Oh yeah, even I thought so. Oh yeah, for sure. Like the amount a few times that, like, Cheeky Boy, that you and I talked, especially between, like, a game which I played a few times called Armello, which I've been wanting to make a thing about, actually. So that's a bit of a minor announcement, and yeah, but for some odd reason you kept calling the game Armadillo, and when we got around to having the actual animal in the game, the armadillo, you started calling it the Armello. Getting it completely backwards there, mate. Like, how? Yeah, while I'm trying to do this, and even like mentioning like the Easter Monday earlier before. How was everyone else's Easter? Was it good? Get up to the whole standard stuff with meeting up with family, or even just gorging yourselves on all the chocolate that you got that day? Well, for me in particular, I didn't really get up too much. I mean, I was only given like two Easter bunnies. Not that I really didn't mind, because I'm not really much on about chocolate nowadays. Not as much as I used to when I was younger. Because I certainly don't do the whole Easter egg hunts anymore. No, I haven't really done that since primary school. Because there was a moment in life which I got pretty sick easily, so I didn't want to indulge on chocolate now. Well, not that I have any sort of allergies of any kind. I just don't have it as much as I do. Yeah, Jalung-kun? That would actually be pretty cool, some sort of underwater update, because I don't know about you, but I have a really big fondness for underwater themes in most games, especially ones that you can explore. And yeah, and it's an aesthetic which I like in other sorts of media, not just in games, but even movies as well. Especially when I went to see Avatar: The Way of Water. If any of you have seen that movie, I loved it because of that whole underwater aesthetic kind of thing. It was so good for me. I still remember walking out of the theater and I just could not stop smiling. Oh no, I can still eat chocolate, but it's just not an awful lot of, just not as much as I did before. Much as I could before, because again I remember which I got sick pretty easily in the stomach, and if I had so much as something like a whole bar of it, that would set me off. So yeah, I just sort of limited my my intake on chocolate. Well, and not only that, but sort of keeping watch on the amount of calories I would take now that I'm at the gym, and with the help of a personal trainer too, because he had me get this app which is for me to log what food I have, and just to sort of keep under a certain number of calories, so it doesn't attribute to any sort of bad weight gain or anything of the sort. But not just tracking how many calories that I would take in a day, but also other things such as carbs, and even the more important part, protein. Yeah, pretty much right there, cheeky boy. Is my bitrate high? Let me check it here. I'm looking at it myself. It looks fine. What's the stream I'll say? It says it's excellent. Everything seems to be running fine. So maybe it's something on your end? Yeah, I wouldn't know what's going on with that. I guess that's fair advice. Like having like certain things either like something every day or something once a week or even once a month. Because I happened to stumble across this one short which he had this it was this guy that said that was like going like every day, once a week, once a month, and one of those things that said once a month was something like pizza. I'm just thinking, yeah, that's fair enough. Maybe I have like pizza once a month. Because, and oh yeah, and what I was like saying about like before about that app that my personal trainer had me get. Like even though like I did, like there was that particular day like on Easter which I had one of the Easter bunnies and that eventually put me over the the calorie limit on what's displayed on the app, and when I told him about that, he said, well, you don't have to worry about that because Easter is one of those days where you're allowed to go all out, especially over that maximum calorie count. One of those other days being Christmas. I was like, well, I mean, I guess that's fair enough. That's for sure. GERD? I can't say that I'd be familiar with that, but I don't have motion sickness of the sort. I mean, I'm perfectly fine. But I even remember just having like a really particularly horrible history with like sick stomachs like all the time. I mean, it was particularly bad when I was younger. And it was almost like a daily occurrence, which I had a bit of a sick stomach, which I felt like I wanted to vomit, but I didn't eventually. So there was that. And whoops, sorry. Maybe for like a little bit afterwards. But which also reminds me that for some like strange reason that also when I was younger, I would have like I'll have something for dinner, like sausages, like for example, and then I would be perfectly fine with it at first, and then suddenly, like the next few times, I got sick in the stomach from them, and I have no idea why. And well, and not only that, but much later I would be perfectly fine again. Same kind of thing with homemade hamburgers. I was fine with them before, and next few nights when I had them again, got sick from them, and then later I was fine again. And I told that to one of my friends too, and one of my other friends too, and she suspected something called celiac disease, because apparently that's something that she somewhat knows, and told me to get myself checked out for it through a blood test, which I eventually did, and fortunately there was nothing out of the ordinary, and I was perfectly fine. So as far as I'm concerned, I don't have anything of the sort of that disease that one of my other friends mentioned to me. So right now I'm perfectly healthy. If you want to know about that. Oh yeah, and here, if I can even bring this up. Boosh! How's this? This is what we got for our sneak peek. What do you make of it? Yeah, I have no doubt this here is an armadillo. Or at least some species of it. Because what was somebody saying about it? A 3-branded armadillo in particular. Because there was no mistaking that particular look at the animal, especially when you look at it from the back, and not only that, but the ears too. Because I know a lot of animals quite well. I mean, not every one of them, but I do know a lot of them. And with this in particular, there was no mistaking what it is. Armadillo. Hey. So really, that's what we've got coming for the next month. And if I might check this again. Oh, whoops. Yeah, that's still not behaving well. I really don't know why it does things like that. It was perfectly fine before, like in previous streams, but then it's something... For some reason, it's doing that now. I mean, why? If you didn't do it before, why are you doing it now? That's a question I've asked way too many times. And, actually, I'm just gonna, pop out of existence for 2 seconds. And here we are, back again. Didn't realize I had my had the automatic blinking on. Yeah, so with everything that's been going on, like the Artemis 2 cruise mission, like mission or even orbit around the moon, university giving me a little bit of a hard time, but eventually getting it done, and Easter. That's largely what's been going on with me, and even between them, I've gotten my workouts at the gym, which I go there every I go there 3 times a week. So like one day I'm there working out, and the next day I'm resting, and then I work out the next day, because that's the that particular what's the word, schedule, I believe, because that'll be like the particular schedule that's recommended with if you like do exercises like that. Like you work out one day and then you rest the next day and then work out another day, because when you have like your rest days in between, it gives your body more time to relax and recover. And yeah, so I'm actually there on Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Saturdays. Or if I can't make it on Saturday, I go it on Sunday, because I go there 3 times a week. It allows me to like miss one day. Like, I mean, I can afford to miss one day, since if I get a session in on a Saturday, that gives me 2 days rest until Tuesday. So yeah, that's how it goes for me. And if I could also say, when I did like a body scan, which includes my weight, I was down to like 88, you're down to 88 kilograms, or if to those who use pounds, I was down to 194 pounds. When I started, I was at 106. Or for others, 233. So yeah, I've with measurements like that, especially like going on a scale to weigh myself, I say that's brilliant. Because it was, and when I actually did a my latest scan, it showed that my weight has actually gone up a bit, like around into like the 90s, but not in the way you think. I didn't actually gain that bit of weight, as in like fat or anything, but in muscle mass. Yeah, I was even like told that a lot, what the weight, like the scale or the body weight or the body scan thing could mostly be detecting is your overall muscle mass, not primarily your fat. Yeah, so with that little bump in weight, from like 88 or something to the low 90s, it's not in a bad way. It's for muscle mass, and yeah, that's especially what my personal trainer told me about, and he said that it's a really, really good thing. It also shows that I'm actually getting stronger and stronger by by each week. Well, yeah, pretty much, cheeky boy. Yeah, like, you know, time zones and everything. Me being Australian and a lot of everyone else being in the US or any other country in the Northern Hemisphere, we're basically a day ahead of you. So, for example, if it's Sunday for me, it's Saturday for you. New jammer. What are you talking about there? Oh yeah, that pop sound I did. That. I guess that could be a bit of a fun thing to do as well. Which I'm like... And then? Yeah, that's good. Yeah, and if I can say about my gym, about why I decided to go there, it was largely after largely after COVID and the lockdowns, COVID lockdowns that we had to go through, and I started to feel quite out of shape because of it, because I didn't get to go outside as much as I want to, like, because of those measurements. And not only that, but I even struggle to lift myself up from time to time. Like when for example, if I was lying down and I wanted to get up, I'd be like, yes, so it got pretty difficult for me, and I just thought, oh, I'm out of shape. Not that I thought negatively of myself, but that's just how I felt. So I eventually applied for membership at my my local gym, and I was able to get some help in applying for it, and I'm now there. 3 days a week, and it's been making me feel really, really good. And sure, some others might might want to look the best they can be, especially at a place like a gym. But for me, I'm not really worried about how I look. I'm more worried about how I feel. So, yeah, I'm one of those sorts of people who's not worried about looks. I'm more, and even so, I'm more of a personality over looks kind of person. Because sure, it's like you have some people who might look quite nice, but may not be so much on the inside. But yeah, so overall for me, I'm not worried about how I look, but more about how I feel. I have the same kind of feeling when it comes to my hair as well. Because when I had any time it's like really long, like to the point where it overhangs my ears and goodness forbid my eyes, it feels rather thick and heavy, and I just don't like the way it feels. And especially when it keeps getting into my eyes. Ugh. And that was even like one other thing which I often complained about when I was younger. Like having like this fringe that just goes into my eyes. And it's like it got to the point which I just kept asking my parents to take me out to get me a haircut, and especially with my mum, I asked her if she could get me a haircut, and she was like, okay, yes, we'll do it tomorrow. Tomorrow comes and goes, no haircut. And I asked again, being like, oh please, could you get me the haircut? I really want this fringe gone. And she was like, yeah, we'll get it done in the next few days. The next few days come and go, still nothing. And I thought, right, that's it. So I just went into the bathroom, like bundled my fringe into my into my hand just to sort of hold it all together, and then got the scissors and just snipped it off. And I think it wasn't until like the next day, Mum was like, wait, hang on, did you cut your fringe? Yeah. And she was like, wait, oh, so you did? I thought you looked a little bit different. And that's what eventually got her to take me out to get my hair cut, like literally the next day. So apparently that's what I had to do. Just cut my own fringe, just so it wasn't bothering like my eyes again. So yeah, because it was that annoying for me, because I didn't want to like put up with it again, or not necessarily again, but more like any longer, really. The future, huh? Oh yeah, and the muscles too. Yeah, and like, about even going on about the muscles, I even see and feel quite a bit of definition in both my arms and my legs too, and especially my my shins. Boy, I think I really like cut down on the fat in my legs, because now I can really feel like the shin bone like through it, and it feels it feels like, I don't know what you said, like like there's a bit of that bone structure in it which I can feel inside of it. It's late, huh? Well, at least I get you eventually. That's the important part. Yeah, and it's especially when I like do a bit of weightlifting. is when that definition in my arms and legs really stands out. Like there's, like you get like the veins and everything, and also when or if I'm doing like a leg exercise and I'm like pushing on something or lifting something with my legs, there's that like muscle inside of my leg that really pops out. Yeah, that's what the gym's been doing for me, making me feel pretty good, and I guess in the eyes of some others, looking really good, especially especially my mum when like just before Easter, when I had to do some shopping for it, she rang me on a video call. Well, actually, I rang her and just to get some help from her about what she was wanting me to get from the store, and apparently that's like one of the things she said, that even my face in particular is looking pretty good, and I guess I could say that too, because now I look at the photos I took of myself before the gym. I'm quite chubby compared to in those sorts of photos compared to what how I look now, and which also further reminds me, I was at one of my brother's house for a little bit of a family gathering. I can't remember what it was for. Maybe it was a birthday. Like family birthday, and out on like his front porch, we were all standing in front of the like the fire can, which he was having having a little fire inside of it. There was myself and my two older brothers beside me. I think they were actually in between me, or was it? I can't remember. Either I was in between them, or they were both beside me. And Mum snuck in a photo of all three of us standing together, and she showed me that photo. And she even told me that, like, compared to my older brothers, I'm buff, and the others are just quite little chubby, but not overly, of course, but compared to me, that's how they look. Photo incident? Ah, yeah. Well, that was a much earlier thing. This was like when I was still in primary school. Me and my two older brothers and our dad had went out to a local park just to make a photo for our mum, because it was a Mother's Day thing. And what kept happening was one of my oldest brothers. I refer to him as the middle brother, because since he would be the second one, and therefore I'm the youngest. So you have so that's what I say. I have my oldest brother, my middle brother. Yeah, for some reason, he had the giggles. He could not stop laughing, and there was even like this moment, like even like when we were all like setting ourselves up, like in position and everything, and camera on a tripod, timer set, and oh, I'm having a trouble even trying to explain it. Was it? Yeah, and on this one particular incident, or this moment, we had set ourselves up again. Dad set the timer on the camera, hit the button, beep, 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 beep. Like, and him quickly rushing into position, and the camera beeping faster indicating it's about to shot, like beep 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 beep, like 3, 2, 1, and then right at that moment, my oldest brother says something, like just blurted out a random funny word, and yeah, at that moment, my middle brother again just lost it, being like, "Oh!" and kept laughing. And because he was wearing a bright yellow hoodie or that kind of jacket, what resulted in that photo was like this this yellow blur going across the photo. Oh, that was so funny. Yeah, it was a day of giggles. Oh yeah, so but yeah, just to like go on about them. Yeah, and what I'll also say all in all is like going back to my gym, because as we got sidetracked a little bit there, my trainer as well, my personal trainer, has also been introducing me to several several new exercises, which will certainly help really build up the kind of body which I've been wanting. Because the kind of body I've been wanting is more toned. Well, not being like super buff or anything. It's not like I have like muscles in my arms which are the size of bowling balls, and not like that. But just more a body which I'm more comfortable with, which I certainly am now. I'm even with my build right now. There's still a bit of a little bit of belly fat here that I've got, but I'm still working on it. Just do a few more core exercises, and yeah, I reckon I'll be good in the like long in the future. Never included. You mean in some photos like with family? I mean, I kind of had like some moments which we were doing like family photos and only like a third of my face is visible because everyone else is standing in front of me, which is a bit odd because I'm actually pretty tall. I think last I checked was what was it? I think like 190 centimeters, or about 6'3". But yeah, there's still like some members of my family who just like obscure me like a lot. So even to the point at which only a third or half of my face is visible, while everyone else is just there. So yeah, and not only that with the gym, but I'm still in university, and I certainly will be again after my break, which will begin on the 4th of May, because my breaks are actually last for 3 weeks. Which I say is pretty nice. Back when I was in school, when a term was finished, we only got like 2 weeks break. But for me in university, it's 3 weeks. I think it's just really how hard you're pushing yourself, really, or whether you're maybe trying to overdo it a little bit with what exercises you do. I mean, it's certainly... It got to the point in which when I was first starting working out, the muscles in my legs in particular were screaming at me. And that lasted the whole day. But apparently that's to be expected, really. But all you have to do is that just let it be sore for the next day and then the day after they'll be good again. Yeah, and it eventually gets to the point at which the more you do it, the less painful it becomes. Ah, yeah. A bit like that in a family photo, huh? Just a mysterious looking person who's just there. Yeah, I can know that feeling all too well. Yeah, so yes, I know for a fact that if I keep up with university, I'll be able to learn a whole lot of other stuff, and there's certainly some interesting things which I'm looking at too. Like with subjects in particular, like what I could do after the animations class. It's like I'm able to look at the subjects which are available, at least in the course that I'm in, like the 3D modeling and animation course which I'm doing. Well, in particular, it's 3D design and animation, which involves 3D modeling and also animation with those. And I'm looking at the whole list of subjects for me to choose from, and thinking, a lot of these just sound really lame. Most of these don't even, or even some of these don't even go on about things like 3D modeling or animation, but sometimes there's the one which I'm thinking, oh wait, hang on, what's this? And I thought, okay, I'll suddenly look at doing that for a subject for me to eventually do. Maybe for the next trimester when I finish this one. Hey, I think it's like whenever there's a moment which we have like family gatherings like that, we always have to get like a photo of all of us together. And with how expansive that we can be sometimes, we have to like smush into each other. Just so we can get all of us in the photo. And that can lead to some pretty funny moments too. I'm guessing that's just what it can be like for me in particular, like with my family. Like, I don't know about a lot of you, how it can be for you. Yeah, so I think I've gone about like a lot of things that happened in the in the month or even previous few weeks. But at least I've gotten here now, which probably I would have again, as I said earlier, like near the start of this, I would have wanted to do something like this earlier. But it was university that had mostly gone in the way. But which is really like the more important stuff. Like the important stuff which would eventually lead to future updates and everything on not just my model but on every other asset on my channel. Which I also want to go on about. I've also been wanting to do a bit of an overhaul as well, like update everything and change a few things here and there. Because everything that you see right now, or at least at the time of this stream, like on my like channel and everything, such as like banner, the channel information and everything, it's all like really old like by now and mostly outdated. So I thought I'd make some updates to the channel as well, just for the sake of staying up to date and overall quality. And I could even say that even I may not be with you an awful lot, I could say that I'm more of a quality over quantity kind of person, because I want to make sure that everything looks all fine and dandy, rather than being with you constantly and looking not as good. Well, providing that everything like works well, like this, like the chat, because it all looks like that when I have it like this. So I don't know why it's doing that. Wait. Yes, I don't know why it did that for today, which is really annoying. I wouldn't have preferred it having like that. But I suppose I could find many other options to have the chat box there, and hopefully the stupid thing actually works. Oh yeah, totally. Totally enchanted. Yeah, it was fine work that Kate Arts did for it, and not only because of him, like learning a lot of how he made the model work with the rig and everything. I'm learning it myself too. And I'm certainly wanting to do it myself, so I wouldn't have to rely on him all the time. But yeah, like eventually it gets to the point which I can largely do this myself. And if I'm really if it really comes down to it, I'll have a whole new update for my model, like which will be like an upgraded version to this, rather than like some minor tweaks here and now. Because if I would, since I've like largely started off like this, and you'll eventually see like the whole progress of how I started and how I'm eventually going. Because it was even something that that K-Dot showed me, like with what his particular avatar looked like at first, and how it slowly evolved over time when he got better. And yeah, he told me that I was pretty much in that same kind of like position that he was, especially after his university that he went to. So yeah, and which I still plan to do. So I'm not gonna look like this all the time. I mean, like what I'm certainly trying to figure out is to actually like make those particular blend shapes for my model, to make like a smile, a frown, or anything of the sort, or maybe if I want to, a snarl, like show a bit of my upper teeth with my the upper lip pulling up. Maybe like actually do something with the eyebrows. Yeah, once I actually understand how it all works, I can get to it myself, which will be really exciting to do. Yeah, and I think I think at this time I'll be wrapping it up quite soon, and so I'll be with you again quite soon. I was looking to do next week, or at least Sunday next week, for another one, which I'm eventually getting to, the Adventures on Animal Jam Classic. Animal Jam Classic Adventures Revisited, a bit like how I did with the minigames on Classic, when I did Minigame Arcade Revisited. But that's what I was originally planning it for next Sunday from now on the 26th, but I think because of other things going on right now, I'm probably going to delay it till the 3rd of May. Just so I can get with things that are on right now, for me at least, I can get those out of the way, and I think for the sake of it, make some assets for the upcoming stream as well. Because a bit like how I did with my 2 adventure series, there's like a little thing that I'm gonna make it. I guess for the sake of like that whole like excitement factor on it. I know like some say that I didn't have to go like that hard when I on my pilot episode of 2 Adventure, but I thought, why not? I just wanted to make a bit of a story on it. Something that would be challenging for a Thyla scene like me. I guess it just depends on how it goes really, and more importantly, how I built the model, because I would have to like add in some like vertices here and there, and some other lines, like vertices that are like little dots of it that make up like small pieces of a model. So yeah, that's just like some of the things I'll have to look into for the time being. Look into upgrading my myself and my channel, and even make some other assets for it as a bit of an overhaul. Because some things really need some updating. Yeah, so that's one thing I'm certainly going to do. As I just said, work on updating my model, my channel, and everything as best as I could. Really, I think I might just work on the channel for as well, or for the most part, and then I can even say that hopefully for the 3rd of May, we are going to Adventure for a revisitation. Alright, so look forward to it. Right, so I'm going to wrap it up here, because I was only going to be here for like an hour and a half or so. Yeah, totally. Certainly going to be. Right, so so for those who tuned in, thank you all for watching, and I will see you on the 3rd of May for the Adventures on Animal Jam Classic Revisited. Alright, so until then, take it easy.